It's time for the show. Take your seat. And everybody turn off your phone.
Basically, and I don't know the real history of it, but in kind of the carnival sense that wrestling started, a lot of times the way wrestlers will deal with either in-ring issues or out-of-ring issues, if they're not too serious, is they would hold court for themselves. Like Undertaker very famously is like the spearhead of all this. Like if you hear guys talk about the Undertaker, he is the den mother of the WWE locker room.
The Undertaker's court?
Well, yeah. So basically, like, let's say you got into a fight with you were in the ring fighting another wrestler, and he was wrestling too tight, and he hurt you.
I just like that the Undertaker is a real bummer. Like, we should have a very structured and strict court where
everyone's doing drugs and having sex with groupies, and Undertaker's like, we need to go to arbitration.
They're like 6 hours of driving and then 3 hours in the ring, and then they're driving to the next town, and they're like, so how's it going? And he's like, you know what I've been thinking a lot about?
He's like, here's what's going. The
checks and balances, laws,
the legal system.
Talk to me about adjudication.
Like I just love the concept that like there is a better show going on behind the scenes in like the early 90s.
People's court style.
Yes, a people's court style wrestling thing with Judge Undertaker
and Paul Bailiff. Will you all rise for my Undertaker?
Judge Undertaker.
No, wait. First it goes, all the lights black out.
Okay,
in the court.
Wait. I'll put the music in. Okay, the lights black out. We're in the court now. So it's not even the court. The ring.
It's a locker.
The arena.
The arena's closed.
The arena has emptied out, and they're in the ring.
Yes. Yeah. No. The arena's closed,
and they're in the ring.
And Undertaker's called out. The ring has been redecorated.
Only Undertaker's in the ring, and the rest of the wrestlers surrounded lumberjack match style.
Yes.
All in suits.
Well, it's a court.
By the way, yeah.
Undertaker's got one of those powdered wigs,
yeah,
curly wigs.
He's like a British bailiff.
He's a British judge. He's got the robes, and then Paul Bailiff leads him out. Well, first Paul Bailiff comes out to the center of the ring.
And then the music comes out.
My Undertaker! And then it goes. It says, please. First he says, please rise.
And then he's like,
the Undertaker, and then lights black out.
And then they lights suddenly come on.
Music.
Undertaker standing in the middle of the ring by himself.
Already in the center of the ring.
Will the court please rest in peace and also sit down?
And they sit.
And they sit.
Yeah, and they sit.
And he's like,
well, but they don't sit because it's lumberjack style. It's more like a metaphor.
Today we'll be hearing the trial of Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Mick Foley in the case of the missing tuna sandwich. Will the lawyers please approach the bench? And then who would the lawyers be?
The lawyers would be...
I got one ready. I've come from the prosecution thousands of millions of miles away to defend Stone Cold Steve Austin in these heinous charges.
Let me tell you something, brother. You're gonna talk to my Hulkamaniacs about Stone Cold Steve Austin and whether or not his tuna sandwich was stolen, brother. It wasn't stolen, brother. He ate it and he forgot. He's drinking all that beer. Mick Foley, just like all of them.
Objection. The Warriors think that he's leading the prosecution.
Undertaker, does he sustain it or does he? What is it? Objection sustained or
overruled. Bang! they do the chime every time Taker rules on something. Bang!
He's like, now I will hear opening arguments.
Oh, you do a good Taker. Now, yeah, do that again.
Now I will hear opening arguments.
Okay, ready? Judge Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin is a good man, a friend to the little warriors from the furthest galaxies, and he's just
wanted to eat his sandwich, and that heinous fiend Mick Foley, with the help of Hulk Hogan, stole his sandwich and ate it in front of Mean Gene, who's a witness. Will Mean Gene please approach the stand?
You're Mean Gene.
Oh no.
You're Mean Gene, dude. And this is Ultimate Warrior a cross-examination.
It's cross-examining.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not a cross-examination. Would be when
It's the opening thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I gotta put my hand. He puts his hand on a stack of Bibles.
Okay.
Okay?
Wait, hold on.
And then Paul Bearer goes, "No." He goes. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth?
Or so help you God.
Yes. And then Minchi goes, "Well, I do."
Mean Gene O'Gurland. You claim to have seen Mick Foley eat the sandwich.
I didn't claim anything. I was a all I did.
Let me finish the question, Mean Gene. Is it true that Mick Foley, also known as Cactus Jack, also known as Dude Love?
Objection, Your Honor.
Yes.
Why are we bringing other character personalities into this? I thought this was about whether or not Mick Foley. Mick Foley is not responsible for the actions of Dude Love, brother. My Hulkamaniacs and I will not stand for that.
Sustained in hell.
Bung!
So let me continue. So is it true that Mick Foley, with the help of the devious one, Hulk Hogan, made a plan to go into the Rattlesnake's locker room and eat his tuna sandwich?
Well, I can't. I won't be able to say whether or not he. All I know is that I saw the Mick Foley was leaving the locker room that belonged to Stone Cold Steve Austin, wiping his mouth with a napkin.
The defense rests in peace.
Bung!
Well, now I would like a minute to cross-examine.
Hey, hold your roll.
I'm gonna switch to American Badass Undertaker.
Hold your roll there, brother.
I'm also gonna have Limp Bizkit in the background right now.
Slow down there, Hogan. Does the defense have any closing statements or witnesses they'd like to bring up? Because typically you see more than one witness. By the way, American Badass Undertaker was very casual. Just was into beer and bandanas. I'm just an undead cholo.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. I eat my vitamins, I say my prayers, and I believe in the Hulkamaniacs. And I'll tell you one thing. Mick Foley is a good man who happens to be allergic to all kinds of fish. So I would like to call to the stand his personal physician.
Yes, I'm aware. Dr. Isaac Yankum, DDS.
That's right, his personal physician.
Otherwise known as Kane.
Yes, brother. You see, Mick Foley's personal physician is also a dentist because he's all teeth, brother.
Alright. Will Kane / Isaac Yankum DDS / Underfaker / Glenn Jacobs the Libertarian please come to the stage? Or to the lawyers pew from hell.
Bung!
Do you, Kane, swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Okay, I realize now how we messed up. Kane doesn't speak. Okay, alright. You know what, though? I'll allow it. In hell. Bung.
He's nodding his head, brother. He's nodding his head. I want it on... Can we get the court stenographer to note that he's nodding his head?
Yes. Will court stenographer Vince McMahon Please let the... Will it please the jury to have Vincent K. McMahon read back the last few minutes of the trial? Yes, sir, Mr. Undertaker, sir. All right. It said, I hate you, Austin. I hate you. You're fired.
You've got no chance, because that's what you got. All right. That was the most fun I've ever had, Sean. I hope people liked wrestling enough to appreciate the fucking pageantry that just went on this show.
Dog is very upset.
I would like to make that a recurring segment on Back and Undertaker's Court.
Undertaker's Court?
Oh.
We're going to have to come up with better cases than the case of the eating tuna fish sandwich.
I mean, I was thinking off the top of my head, Paul Bailiff. I was the ultimate lawyerer. I also have to work on my fucking impressions.
If I could do a better...